In today's video, we are kicking off a brand new series for the channel all about marketing partnerships and race sponsorships. I have a special guest for you guys today, Jeff Lambert from racesponsorships.net, and he's going to shed a little bit of light on the whole racing sponsorship game for you guys here on the channel. It's going to be an exciting episode. Stay tuned. All right, welcome, Jeff. We got Jeff Lambert on the show today. Jeff, U.S. Navy veteran, okay?
Yeah.
Proud supporter of veterans, and you show that all the time. Drag racer, #1 Amazon best-selling author, and founder of racesponsorships.net. Did I get everything? Did I miss anything? You're a busy guy, right?
No, I think you nailed it perfect. Yeah, and we are busy. I wouldn't trade my life for nothing, though. I love it.
Awesome. Super happy to have you on the show. Super happy to be able to introduce kind of this idea of, marketing partnerships, racing sponsorships to the GallStar TV community here because I have been working with you for a little while. I've learned a lot from you, and I really think that you have been, providing a good starting point for people. And I'd kind of like to talk a little bit about that today. But first,
sure.
#1 Amazon best-selling author. So how did you get to that point? I guess let's start there. I mean, how did that come about? Tell me the background on that.
Sure. So I was being asked by racers all the time the same questions over and over and over and over again. It was, and I thought, maybe if I could put something together for the racers so that we can get over these, they're not really hurdles, but, just to get past these points where we could get more in depth. One, it would save the racer money because if they're hiring me as a consultant, as a coach or a coach at the time, is what I was doing. We could be past all that fundamental stuff and we can kind of get into the meats and potatoes of it. So I decided to write the book. So that's what the book does. I mean, the book really goes from A to Z through sponsorships. If you've never had a sponsor before, you pick up that book, and I've already had it happen several times. People go through the book and get sponsors, So, but the main goal was to just get past the basic questions that everybody was already asking me. So that's really how the book started out and came about.
So, and then it goes to #1 on Amazon.
Yeah. And that was what was crazy. So we launched it. So with Amazon, it's kind of crazy. You don't really know when you launch it, what actual day Amazon's going to say, okay, we're going to let you sell it now. So you could actually launch it on a Tuesday and they say, all right, Friday they released it, right? So you never know. And I say that to say that I launched it on a Sunday evening. And then by Monday evening, we had reached the #1 bestseller in new releases and actually outsold Carroll Shelby's book that day. I didn't know he was obviously releasing that, but it was pretty cool to say, hey, I beat Carroll Shelby in something.
I would say that's pretty amazing. I have the book. I've read the book. And one thing that I like about the book and your teaching methods in general is that they really seem to be tailored towards like the grassroots racers, if you will, but like the weekend warriors, guys like me who just, don't do this professionally. And there's a lot of people like me that I race with that, maybe don't have so much exposure to sponsorships, don't have a lot of experience with them. And I feel like you do a really good job at kind of starting at the beginning level with people. What's the experience level typically that the racers that you typically work with? What experience level are they at?
So, most of them have never had a sponsor before, or they do have a sponsor. So that's another thing. If they do have a sponsor, they're probably not taking care of their sponsor right to grow that sponsorship and that relationship so that it becomes something bigger and more, right? So, but most of the people that come to me have never had a sponsor, or they've just had, a buddy give them, a couple $100 to put the sticker on their car. and that's probably where it is. And the reason why I think I attract that customer, because I didn't set out at first, I just set out trying to get the information out to the grassroots racers, and that was my intent when I set out, because that's how I started. I started with not knowing anything about sponsorships and trying to get this information together, and I just figured it out all on my own in my own little format and my own little formula that started working. And so I think that's why one of the reasons why the book became so successful quickly was because the racers are hungry for that information that have never been in sponsorships before.
Yeah, and it's an easy read too. I mean, it's definitely you can read it pretty quick, and there's no filler in there. It's packed with good information in regards to getting started with sponsorships. Let's dive in. You deal with a lot of people that are new to sponsorships, and you said you get the same questions over and over and over again. What's an example of the questions that you get over and over again?
The two of the most common are, I don't even know where to start, or who do I get to sponsor me? That kind of seems to be in the same question most of the time.
Sure.
And then, so I count them as one, but they're really two. And then the other one is well, what real value can I bring to a sponsor? So somebody that maybe has started to educate themselves a little bit in sponsorships, and now they're in their mind, they're going, well, do I really have anything to bring to the table? And so those are probably the most common right there.
And, as you know, there's a lot more to sponsorships than just collecting $200 and putting a sticker on your car, right? I mean,
yeah. Oh, that by far, I used to comment a lot. I used to make a lot of posts. I used to say, sponsors don't care about a sticker on your car. Well, what I really mean by that is, because they really do care, but it's just one piece of the puzzle. And it's actually really a small piece of the puzzle, when it comes to if you can build a long lasting friendship relationship with them and bring them some value, that's what they're really looking for. The sticker on the side of the car, and the reason why I say that too, and I'll say this, is a lot of racers will make a Facebook post and say, I just blew the engine up in my car. If you want to sponsor me an engine, I'll put your sticker on the side of the car. You see, that's the mindset. And so that's what I'm trying to change.
Right. And so you started talking a little bit about what value can I provide, and it's much more than putting a sticker on the side of your car. I think that's a good time to transition to talk a little bit about social media and, how important is the role of social media play in the sponsorship world today? I mean, is it a requirement? Like this, you have to have it, you have to do it. Do you have to be on it? What's your take on social media in the sponsorship world?
Without it, you don't stand a chance. It's without 100% has to be. When people go to say they heard about racesponsorships.net, most people don't go looking for the website anymore. They go looking for the social media stuff. And so your social media has to be on point to explain exactly what you do. And that's the biggest mistake I see with social media with racers, is they don't make their race pages informative. They just think that they're just going to push out and share with the world their race results and things like that. But if you can make an informative racing page, that really boosts your chances and makes you look a lot more professional in the sponsorship world, in the sponsors' eyes and things like that. But no doubt about it, without a social media presence, your brand is built there. Your reputation is built there. It has to be today. We're in that world. Look where we're at right now in our country, where we're at in the world, really, for that matter. And everything is being done over social media now.
Yeah, and you talk about being professional, having a brand, and how important some of those things. Social media can bite a lot of people too. Am I right? I mean, you think you have a racing page set up, but then your personal page is over here sponsors are really going to look at both. Am I right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And if my biggest tip, if I could give a tip here for racers, is to spend a lot more time on your personal page, putting the value and bringing things out on your personal page. If you're on Facebook, I'm talking about more versus your racing page, because your personal page right now is being seen more by the Facebook algorithm than your racing pages are.
Awesome tip. And, Jeff, it's very clear that you're really passionate about sponsorships and helping people kind of learn this stuff. And you actually have set up multiple different platforms or different avenues for people to actually learn more about this topic. So for someone who's brand new to this, where would you recommend that they start?
Well, you can go to Amazon, buy the book. It's called You Can Have a Sponsor, A Racer's Guide to Sponsorships. We also have a course that's a online automated course that you can take your time and go through it lesson by lesson. It's a 5-lesson series. All of my sponsorships stuff that I do are based on 3 key principles. And those 3 key principles is marketing and branding yourself, building a relationship, and maintaining a relationship. If you can do those 3 things in sponsorships, you're going to be successful. I call those my 3 key principles. So I put a course together called the 3 key principles and how to use them. And so you can go to racesponsorshipscourse.net. That's racesponsorshipscourse.net, and you can sign up there. And then we have what we call the racesponsorships.net masterclass. And that masterclass is an all-inclusive class. That means you're getting it from A to Z, full-time coaching from me, all of your proposal design, your logo design, your business card design, your hero card design, all of your marketing and branding material. All that is designed in that class. And that class runs every 6 weeks or so. And so we won't be launching that probably for another month. And then that next class will launch. And then you can go to our website and keep an eye on that.
And that's crazy, the amount of actual deliverables that you get out of that class. I mean, the coaching and kind of getting the consulting from you is pretty valuable, but you stack all that other stuff on top. I mean, you're talking about a professionally designed, really nice looking proposal that you're giving to people, and hero cards and a whole bunch of logos. We talked about branding yourself. You guys make a nice looking logo for your race team that can be used on any of their documents or anything that they need to do for the racing operation.
Yeah. So I'll give another little tip here for your listeners on proposals. If you're sending in these 13 and 15 page profiles as a proposal, or you're trying to send these resumes in and they're 5 and 6, 7 pages long, they're not really getting read. And I spent 2 years researching with companies and interviewing companies about proposals. And we developed what we call the 35-second proposal. 5 seconds, that when they look at your proposal, that's that 5 seconds you have to make that first impression. And then you've got 30 seconds for them to be able to read over that proposal and make a decision whether or not they want to know more about you and would like to get into business with you. And so that's the reason why I include that in that master class, is because it's so important to have a eye-catching, professionally looking proposal. Plus, I've done all the legwork and the homework so that I know what information needs to be in there and what we can leave out, and in what order they want to see it.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Jeff. I mean, a ton of value. And, if people want to learn more, there's plenty of places to go where they can reach out to you. Where is the best place people can find you, connect with you, ask you questions, and learn more?
Sure. So racesponsorships.net is obviously the name of our company, so that's the name of the website. But you will have just as equally luck to get a hold of me through our contact page on that, as you would through our social media. I monitor both every day. I get the dings on my phone, so I know when somebody is trying to get in touch, and I respond pretty quickly. So either one of those places would be the best place. Even on my personal page, if you want to send me a message there, you can too.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Jeff. I really, really appreciate you coming on to the show and to kind of provide this value to people. I really hope you have a great evening, and it's been nice talking to you.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Tom, for having me.
There will be links down in the description of this video to all of the courses and books and resources that we talked about in tonight's video. And if you're interested in one of the courses, be sure to use one of the links down in the description, because they're actually affiliate links for the GallStar TV channel. So if you're looking for a way that you can help support the creation of more videos on the GallStar TV channel, consider using one of those links down in the description, because those are affiliate links, and the GallStar TV channel actually gets a little bit of a kickback when you do sign up for a course using one of those links. Definitely consider subscribing, hit the like button, let me know if you enjoyed this kind of content down in the comments below. We are going to be doing at least 2 more videos of this style in this new series about marketing partnerships and race sponsorships here on the channel. So if you guys like this content, give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Later.